Hello students, today we are going to be talking about how to represent a part to whole comparison in 3 different ways. We're going to be talking about how to write a part to whole comparison in a fraction, in a decimal, and in a percent. In this Desmos activity, you're going to be able to write a ratio in a fraction, decimal, and percent. Let's go ahead and get started. You can see that I have 4 spots on my farm where I'm planting different flowers. They do you a favor by showing you the total, the whole, which is 100, and the part of each type of flower. It tells us that there are 40 red flowers out of 100. It tells us that there are 6 orange flowers out of 100. It tells us that there are 47 purple flowers out of 100. And it tells you that there are 7 green flowers or green trees out of 100. So they did us a favor by counting up all of the flowers already. So all we have to do is know how to write these comparisons in a fraction, in a decimal, and in a percent. What you're going to be able to do is use the symbol that goes with each type of comparison or each type of way to write the comparison. And if our whole is 100, the only other thing you have to do is write the exact number that's listed as the part. Pretty good, right? So for our fractions, we can see that there are 40 flowers in our red part. So for a fraction, we would just write 40 over 100. For the decimal, it already tells us, it already does it for us as an example, which is really helpful. So when you have 40 as a part and your whole is 100, you can just write 0.40. That just means you took 40 and you put it right behind the 0. Right behind. That just means you took the 40 that we counted up as the red flowers and put it right behind the decimal point. Easy enough. For percent, what you have to do is take the part number when we have a whole of 100, and you just have to write that number with a percent sign behind it. Those are the 3 ways that you can write a part to whole comparison with a fraction, a decimal, and a percent. I want to show you the next one because this one gets a little tricky when we get into the decimal. All right? The next one is 6 compared to 100. 6 orange flowers compared to 100 flowers in all. They went ahead and did the fraction for you. It is 6 over 100. Easy enough. For the decimal, you might want to just write 0.6 because that's the number that's right here. So you just put it right behind the decimal. But actually, you need to put a 0 in front of the 6. That's because if you just wrote 0.6, that would be telling me that there were actually 60 orange flowers. You have to make sure that if it's a group of 10, so like 40 is 4 10s, that 4 can go right behind the decimal. But when it's a ones, like 6 ones, you have to put a 0 before you can write the number. Then for percent, it gets easy again. If our whole is 100, all you have to do is write the number of how many orange flowers there are, for example, and then write the percent sign. want you to do the next two on your own. Go ahead and pause this video and try to see if you can figure out what to put in for the purple flowers for the fraction and the percent. Then I want you to do the green trees on your own. Figure out the fraction and the decimal. Once you have everything put in, I want you to plant it and see if you got it right. If you got it right, all of the spots will be filled up with the same color flower as the spot, and there won't be any flowers outside of the borders of our farm. Pause the video, figure out the purple flowers and the trees, and then start the video to see the answers. All right, did you challenge yourself? Did you find the answers? Let's see if you're right. For the purple flowers, it tells us over here that there are 47 purple flowers compared to 100 in all, or the whole. So we just have to write 47 over 100. For the decimal point, these are 4 tens again. So we can write the 4 tens right behind the decimal. And then we include our ones as well. So 47, 0.47. And for the percent, again, easy enough. We just have to write the number if our whole is 100. You just have to write the number, and then we can include our percent sign. This last one, a little tricky again, like the orange flowers. I hope you remembered that you just write 7 over 100 for the fraction. And for the decimal, you have to include a 0 before you can write your 7. Because again, if I wrote 7, 0.7, it would give me way too many trees. Oops, some of your fields have the wrong number of flowers or trees. They didn't fill it in because it was wrong. So you have to go back and check the trees. Oh, I forgot to put a 0 after the decimal point. When your value of part is in the ones, so 1 through 9, you have to put a 0 right behind the decimal before you write your part. Let's see if we got it right. Amazing, you got it right. Great job. Now you're going to be going to an IXL activity and testing your knowledge. Great job, everybody.